Hello everyone, welcome to this beautiful, inspiring space. My name is Maya. I'm recording this video today outdoors while feeling the warmth of the sun and the spaciousness of this part of the world near the Pacific Ocean, and hopefully relaying this to you to feel more spaciousness into your world and maybe take a deep breath in and connect with how beautiful and how magical life is for just a moment in your day. I am sharing more about preparation before ceremony and ceremony itself and integration. And as I said before, my intention is really to shed more light on the importance of approaching ceremony with reverence, with a sense of honesty, with a sense of sacredness, with a sense of respect. The world of plant medicine has been, as everything else, exploited in so many ways. And my intention is not to pinpoint in any way on how misleading this became, but more around how much potential there is in where the world of plant medicine is, or how the world of plant medicine is connecting with us in a more refined way, and how much are we listening. And in no way I am aiming or intending to specify what's wrong in that world, but at the same time it is good to talk about things with eyes open. And one of the best books that I read in the years that I've been also in the Amazon is one book that is titled Eyes Wide Open by Mariana Caplan, and it's truly an amazing book. So here I am dropping the title of this book. It was one of the books that really shifted a lot of things for me. And so today I'd like to share more about me and how studying molecular biology and genetics and biochemistry, and also my interest in science that has always been an ongoing, exciting part of my life. And I still connect to science and I still read about science, especially the parts of science where there is more openness to, I would say, spirituality, consciousness, and mysticism, and hopefully seeing more of a symbiosis between these two worlds instead of separation. So from the world of science, also where I worked in for a few years, specifically in clinical research, I also started to go to the East to train in yoga, in Hatha yoga specifically, yoga therapy eventually, and also Thai body work and therapeutic Thai body work, and a bit of Ayurveda, because the Ayurveda world is huge, but really touching a bit on it. And the main meditation that I really related to was Vipassana, where I went the first time for my first 10 days of silence in Nepal, in Pokhara specifically, which was really, really beautiful. So yes, I had some tools before going to the Amazon, and at some point I decided to leave the office job and head west instead of east. And this is when I scheduled, or I booked, my first retreat in the Amazon in 2011, and I went for that dive directly without much information, but with a kind of trust that, I have enough tools to be able to navigate a space that I have never been in, and also engaging with one of the most potent plant medicines, obviously, in the world, but also learning more about tree diets. And this was quite intriguing for me. And so I focused more on diets while going on retreats too with ayahuasca in the Amazon. And eventually in 2015, I was offered an apprenticeship by my guide who was at that retreat center. And I started formally working, volunteering really, with hundreds of people coming to the retreat as guests, and also learning from the space and also the trees at a deeper level. What I noticed over time is the recurring intake of plant medicine by many guests that were somehow trying to find community by being in a space where they can be who they are and be accepted and be appreciated and be loved. And this is what I also related to in the beginning of my journey, and also what incited me, what pushed me a bit more into going for the deep dive of the training, which was in no way any part of my plan. And so eventually between 2018 and 2019, 2020, there was a big shift in my shamanic journey, in my life altogether, and also in how everything had to be changed somehow in a brutal way, after also learning enough about how the world of plant medicine works in the Western way of doing things. And yes, there's many organizations talking about how things are happening and how much we can bring in safety in that world, knowing that yes, the Western world, the way we approached traditions and indigenous practices with our own traumas has added so much to the world of ceremonies, and also affected that world in very, very drastic ways. And maybe we'll talk more about this at some point, but for now, I wanted to share that during the integration phase that I went through, which was somehow quite brutal, I continued my tree diets in the upper Amazon eventually with an amazing, amazing human being, an amazing maestro who held a lovely and loving space and clean space for me to clean my diets and also see where I need to go after that, because there was a kind of a decision making not only related to continuing in the world of shamanism or in the world of plant medicine, but also continuing to be alive, really. And there was a big shift that happened eventually. I'll be sharing more. But what I want to share today is that even for my first retreat, where I came into my first retreat with enough tools, I would say, including yoga, including how to breathe or how to sit in a way where I can find a sense of calm and a sense of balance, I still felt like I needed so much support emotionally and so much support at the psychological level. And I was doing my very best to really tend for that and be in spaces where I can really take care of myself. And eventually what I learned is how important preparation is and how important integration is. And this is what I focus on. And in no way I am sharing this, and many people are sharing also that have seen over the years. They're not, people that have only experienced few ceremonies, but have worked with plant medicine for years, and also have seen the downfalls, and also including the spiritual bypassing and the spiritual emergencies that arose from people going for the dive and things opening up, including traumas, and then how to follow up on that over time outside ceremony. Because the plant medicines, yes, they help open doorways to see the possibilities of healing, and also they open doorways for the traumas to come up. And so this is where a lot of body-based work, a lot of emotional release, emotional support, and also mental support is needed in the phase after the ceremony, so that there's less need to rush into jumping into the next ceremony thinking that, yes, the plant medicine can do this for me. I think many people know by now that the plant medicines, the master plants, the master myceliums are not going to fix things for us. They are actually showing us how to see, how to embrace, how to accept, how to embody. So grow beyond the challenge, grow beyond what we have been through, and use all those challenges to really help us embody who we are and know more about ourselves and our essence, and how we can communicate not only with the world of plants and the spirits, but with each other, and become more or better communicators and clearer in our language and the words that we relay with ourselves and with each other. So it's not to instigate any fear, not at all. It's to just bring awareness. We need more awareness. We need more open eyes, especially when it comes to how much many people are looking for ways to heal, be it in the statistics that are showing in the mental health field, and also emotionally and physically, with a lot of ailments that are showing and not being able to be treated by some specific medication, but many medications. And so, yes, we are shifting fast. Yes, the body is shifting fast. And it feels like we are in an ongoing ceremony for quite a while now. How can we slow down, and how can we hone and cultivate one specific tool? And that specific tool is an innate tool. It's not something that we only learn. And that's why in the previous video that I recorded, I mentioned to start with the body. And this is an extension for that, in order to continue sharing with you more about what preparation entails, what ceremony can bring in, and also what integration includes as an extension of the preparation and the ceremony. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing your comments. And if you relate to this subject and you would like to connect with me, please get in touch with me through my website that is added in the description below. It would focus on more privacy, especially if you are going through something that is challenging. And I'm here to help, I'm here to guide, and I'm here also learning with you. I wish you a lovely day, and I send you much love. Bye for now.